Hello.
Hi. You're not in a brothel. You're actually in the protection parent, just for anyone who's concerned. Look, I just realised how much that looks like a brothel. Millie Wave.
I love how you said it looks like a brothel, Millie Wave.
Millie Wave, yeah. But yeah. New office.
Looks
Not
good though,
finished
doesn't
yet.
it?
Yeah, it's not finished yet because there's might be able to weave them actually. But basically was the garage, but they've converted it into a room and it's
Yeah.
gonna be like it's gonna be bifold doors there, so you've actually got light. Because
It's very dark, isn't it?
I'm just looking at a shutter. But we're waiting for that to get passed on planning and things. So we're just improvising at the minute. So it's like half the light stops over there, come round all around there. But it's obviously because of where they're doing the bifold, they can't. So we're a bit stuck. So it will look better than this, but on this screen it looks hilarious because Millie looks like she's just inches away from the sun.
But does it feel like that? Is it? Does it not like?
Is it
I
hot
know.
milk? Is it hot that side? No, just what I've said.
I think it like those type of things. They always look way brighter in like videos. But when you're in them, they're not as bright at all.
No, but they are like you don't realise how bright they are. Like I obviously put it on in the morning, then go out and come back in.
Like,
and then by the end of the day, I'm like, Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
Like, you don't realise how bright and like.
Do you turn them off or like? Do you turn them off?
Yeah, you can turn them off. See if it makes it any better.
Oh, they look better turned off.
Yeah, I'll turn it off. It's because there's a video on. In real life, it doesn't.
No, but in the video, like that looks wicked.
Looks good, doesn't it?
You're like your official, a proper office.
I know. It's a little office. I love it, you know.
Has it been good? Yeah, to like leave the other one and then have your own proper office now.
Yeah, and it is dangerous. Like I've put this week, I've said on socials a couple of times, like it is dangerous having an office at home because where do I stop? When do I stop working? Like the other night, we had a dead busy day and Millie left, and then the kids, like we were doing stuff for the kids. I was doing tea and stuff, and then I thought I'll just go. I put the kids to bed and I was like, I'll just go finish that. And I ended up sitting on my laptop till like 11 o'clock at night in the front room because I thought in my head, I genuinely picked my laptop out, like unplugged it and thought it's not really working if I'm not in the office. And then the next time I looked, it was like 11 o'clock. Millie says when she got in, she went, "You were working late last night." So obviously I was like just keeping on top of everything.
Yeah.
But it's like that's a bit scary because you've got no like separation. But I'm absolutely loving, like, I'm here all the time. And, like, we've worked so effing hard on the house.
Yeah.
That, like, now it's like a home now. The last thing to get done is this. Like, once this is done, then anything else is outside. So I'm actually being able to enjoy the home.
Yeah.
Which
is that pretty amazing? Yeah, to actually.
Yeah, it's out of this world. Like, to actually sit and enjoy it. Because obviously, when it was getting done, it was very stressful and I was having to go to work and with the kids. Whereas now, like, the kids are coming home from school and I'm here and there's like the house is fine and safe for them to play and enjoy. Yeah. It's just fallen like into place. Like, I know that offices are amazing and they are, and I'm not saying that they're a bad thing, but the money I was spending on an office could literally pay for 2 more staff. And I just think, what's the point? I may as well growing volume of what I'm putting through and what I'm doing and have the support and have my office here because I think it fit 6 in here. So
is it double garage then?
Yeah.
Yeah. So is it like tandem, like double, like long?
Oh yeah, it's huge. It's really big. And like there are cupboards at the back.
Okay.
So yeah, it's quite big. And the worst thing is you've got to go through my utility to get to it. So I'm on top. My washing's never been more on top of.
So is that where the bifolds across the front will mean they can come straight through the front door?
Yeah. So like it's going to be like a bifold and then maybe a door at the end. And there's going to be a gym.
So you can walk in and then.
So they can walk in here from the outside.
Oh, you've got a gym on the other side. So it's a double. So it's one on the other. And is the gym being done up then? The same type of thing, same type of room?
Yeah, but currently.
Oh,
that's what I mean they're doing now. So I'll show you the gym, where the gym's going to be when it's done, but they're building a shed. So everything that was in the garage is going in the shed. And you know that Ian, the one who's been doing the house, is like absolute lunatic. Like what he does is amazing. He was like, "Oh, I'll build you a shed." And I was just expecting a shed, like what my granddad used to have, like just a shed.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not joking you. It looks like a log cabin.
Yeah.
Looks like it's got windows, it's got doors, it's got LED lights. It's like got one side at the front and a bit around the back and a bit. I walked out, like I was away for a couple of days. I come back, I was like, the hell is that? It's like, oh, it's the shed. It's the shed. Looks like you've got a frigging sauna and a bar in there. Like it looks like a proper Swedish like.
So what's it being used for?
So he's going to put everything that's in there, and then that's going to be the gym. So basically, it's going to be storage, and it looks like that. Like it's got. It's like, do you want should I just get like tinted windows, or do you want like me to get obscure glass? I went, it's a shed. Like I don't care. Like whatever's cheapest. He was like, yeah, but you want to look nice. I was like, oh, wow. I'd show you, but it's the thing.
So is that the gym then is going to be like what for the staff to use as well if they want to, or is that just there?
Yeah.
I love that. You're getting the whole if you've got a six pack, you can't work here.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm shot. Yeah. I'm not that rich to be able to get away with that type of lawsuit.
When he says that stuff, I always watch that and think, I don't know how he says that.
We weren't talking to you. We were talking to the one percenters in the room. I don't know why he's Irish, but
yeah, he's just basically that's Andy Elliott, isn't it? For anyone who doesn't, he comes up on my stuff all the time now.
TikTok he does for me.
Yeah,
all the time.
It was really funny because he was appearing on my feed like a week or two before you then got on the call, and you were like, "Oh, well, this guy's been telling me about Andy Elliott." I was like, "Oh my gosh, he just appeared out of nowhere for me." It was like as if 1 minute I'd never heard him, the next minute it was like he was just everywhere. And I was like, what is this? I've been doing it right. But the stuff
he's been controversial, isn't he?
Yeah, he just says
he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, just calls people fat.
Yeah. If you haven't got a six pack, you're fat, get out my stuff.
I love it. Yeah, he's like okay. He did one yesterday, I watched today, and he was like, if you drink alcohol, you are not my friend. And he was like, he said, we don't drink, drinkers for losers. And I was just remember sitting there thinking, well, you're going to be polarizing the team. Everyone's going to be going, what are you on about? Like, it's just so funny.
Oh, I bet he gets tortured. I bet he get absolutely tortured. Yeah. But that's what he wants, doesn't he?
Mm. Well, you get tortured. And I mean, now you say nothing bad, let alone.
I know. Hardy had that the other day, you know.
What? I saw that.
Just shut up. Shut up. You've got no nice things. Don't say anything at all.
I saw that on Saturday. She put a post up about it.
Oh, she's had a few of them, though. Like, she had a couple on Facebook. She had a couple on LinkedIn. Just like, you shouldn't be saying this and you shouldn't be talking like that. And like, if you don't like the way someone speaks, don't listen. No one's forcing you to listen. Keep scrolling. That's the beauty of social media. You can literally design what you watch. So if you don't like it, don't watch it.
People on social media get triggered, though, because I don't get the rule of thumb with social media is don't get involved. It's like, don't feed the trolls, don't get involved. And, I'm a Star Wars fan and there's everyone who hates the Star Wars stuff, like as in like in the fandom of Star Wars with Disney buying it, it's a disaster. And I get all the memes and everything come up on screen but I never, ever, ever comment. And this one time, I don't know why, I don't know what possessed me to do. It wasn't bad. It was this program, and I said, I actually really liked this. That was all I said. And then you get the people online, and it was like the army of people underneath it. These like trolls, and it's like attacking like cancel culture. He's saying, "Oh, go and put your penny on your." Like literally, like go and tell your wife. I bet you're the same person that your wife goes to work and you stay at home and look after the kids. And I was like, "Whoa, what is this?" Like literally, just from a comment of, I thought it was pretty good.
Howard Jackson, that
Yes, you said he's in it, but you don't know what one. Which one? What
in
bit?
The episodes?
Yeah, but in the episodes, there's many, and you say that all the time. And I say, tell me which one.
I don't know what one.
Is it out yet?
Yeah, I think.
Okay, then. You think?
I'll have to
you
check
said to me, he's in it, and then he was recording it recently. There's no way it's out.
Well, just search it. Search Jack Van
I'll have a
Diemen
look.
Star Wars and see what it is.
Let's not do it on.
He never tells me anything. But anyway, yeah, Jack's in it. Jack Van Diemen Star Wars. So they better not say it's shit. Oh, it doesn't say. I don't understand.
So it's not out yet then?
No, I don't think it is. but he is definitely in it.
But that's what, like, yeah, it made me laugh because you say that about the negative comments. Stuff happens online. People get so triggered by things, and I can imagine, like with someone like Heidi, it would really trigger them.
Yeah, because she's just so opposite to everyone else, and people don't like anything that's different.
She also does say things that are very triggering. In a good way.
Don't like it. Don't watch it, hon. Keep scrolling.
Like, I watch a lot of her stuff and go, whew, I don't know if I'd say that.
That's why she's brilliant, because she just says what she wants. Like, no one knows better than her.
Trump card of like, well, what are you going to say? You know, I love it. Is that real kind of like, you know, when they say to somebody, she's got, you know, like because it's that whole thing of being like, she's a cancer survivor of such magnitude that is so hard for people to even comprehend, that you, whenever someone says something, you're like, cool story, great.
What does she know about critical illness cover? Actually, quite a lot.
Yeah, and it's like one of these weird things where you just kind of be like, you just can't win.
No, you can never win with it. But speaking of winning on social media,
I was going to say, what a great segue.
I know. All me awards.
Have you ever been on a segue?
By the way, yes, I have been on a segue. It was petrifying.
What awards are going to go here?
Yeah, I've got black glass coming to put all my awards, and they're all in a box down there at the minute. You see.
All of them.
Yeah.
And we said the irony of this is that we'd just done an episode, I think 2 episodes ago, moaning about not needing the recognition of the industry.
No, I didn't say that I didn't need the recognition
not
of the industry.
Moaning, I'm saying.
And I didn't moan. I said it's really stressful to try and find a good balance between you are likable for your clients and likable within the industry.
And she was struggling, and you were saying you're struggling with it, and then you're like, but I'm not struggling anymore.
I mean, it's not struggling that much, but yeah, it's like it does stress me out though. Like it does, and I've started to do a bit more content again, like stuff that I like. And do you know, like I feel cringy as saying this, right? But I'm going to say it anyway. Do you know, like the motivating stuff? Like I put a post on Friday about it, like about passion, about being built for purpose, like what you do, you should be passionate about. And it's just like I feel like cringy doing it, because I think, well, I do insurance, so I don't want to sound like I'm like a Mrs. Motivator and I can help you do this and that. But
it is also how you think, though. That is the way you think. And like,
I know, but you don't realise after that I did that post, I've had like 3 people reach out to me who aren't even in the industry and be like, please, what would you do if it was this? Could you help me with this? I want to start my own company. I'm going to do this social media. Like, what would you advise that you've done? So, like the way you, and like, I don't have a clue about insurance, but I love the way you talk about it. So, like on the back of what we said the other week about trying to find a balance, I suppose the best balance you're going to try and you're going to get ultimately is just trying to be yourself as much as possible as a whole. Like,
I think sharing it is important. So I already echo that, because I've kind of on LinkedIn, and I'm getting some like really good people reach out on LinkedIn recently, and it's because I've kind of gone to the point of going, I'm going to share what I do as a job, but I'm also going to share the way I think about things, which is like, well, yours, and we were chatting about this off air, like being like a 1%er. The value is not in like, this is what a critical illness policy is. The value is in the way that you think about it, the way that you know, like, and when you said you share like the way that the passion of stuff, what I've noticed is when I share things, I think, well, no one wants to hear that. When I share that, like no one wants to hear that. All of a sudden, those are the ones that people reach out and go, that's incredible. I never thought about that.
Yeah, because it's relatable and it touches, it gets someone like that. That's the hardest thing, is trying to get a good balance, because you want to look professional, you want to look like you know what you're talking about, you want to be the expert, you also want to be relatable, and you also want to be yourself. And like the award, I wasn't there because I wasn't very well, I couldn't be there, and I was absolutely buzzing. I love that award as well. It's like one of my favorites, and I was devastated I missed it, but I was obviously over the moon I won, because it was social media, and like what they wrote on there really, like I was so, it proper made me happy what they said. And I'd like what I put on the post about it was just so true. Like I get people saying to me all the time, like, oh, how would you do it? Like, you must feel so uncomfortable. I mean, you make it look so easy, blah, blah. And I'm like, I didn't have a social media platform
Yeah,
until
you
I
didn't.
started this job. I didn't know how to tag someone on Instagram. I didn't know how to do anything.
When we
Like,
first worked together, you had nothing. Like I sent you that photo. Do you remember when I sent a photo recently? And it was like my client, one of my very first ever clients, sent me. I was going through our conversation, and it's like your first video that he screenshotted to me, and he put another AB client. And I said, yeah, she's just started and she's getting some really good traction already. And I thought, wow, I can't believe that was because it was like that. It was when you were in the hallway with all the images. And I remember thinking, I looked at that and thought, yeah, like you literally were ground zero. You had no idea about any of it. You had a Facebook page that was set up by your previous company. That was it. That was it. Nothing else.
I didn't.
And
I
now look
hate
where you are.
it. And it's like, and again with that passion, I just linking in with the passion about it. Like the awards are amazing, they're really good, but at the end, winning into media, you've got to look at your social media as your stall. That's your stall for your business. If you walk around a boot sale, right, every single person who's walking past is looking whether what you've got on offer is something of interest to them. So if you imagine that social media on LinkedIn or TikTok and you're scrolling through, that's you going through your boot sale, right? And your customer is going to stop where they feel like they're interested, either in the way you look, what you're saying, the way you say it. Might even be the way you write it, the picture you've put on, whatever. It doesn't have to be a video, but you've got to understand that your passion is your stall, and your stall is what is going to generate you business. So that stall is your social media is your stall. So whether that's I want to do videos, like people say to me, oh, I don't do videos. Then do every single one, a written post.
Yeah.
But make sure what you're writing is genuine and relatable and with passion. Like, stop trying to imagine that you've got a sort of. I feel like people make it a lot harder than what it is. Just get on and start doing whatever you feel comfortable with. And if you do get to a point where you're doing videos, that's because you're at a point where you're comfortable doing that. Like, some people can't. Like, I knew, and I suppose it was different for me because I'm not saying I was one of the first, but it was very early days for videos that, sort of like now where everyone's doing videos and it gets, I suppose, a bit more saturated in terms of the environment. But as long as your stall is set out the way you want it to be set out, then you'll do all right. But just keep going with it. Like, you don't have to think that you're going to go to your first. I mean, I don't know if anyone's done the boot sales, but I used to do boot sales when I was a kid.
Yeah, I did.
And it can be hell on earth. Like, you'd go freezing your absolute balls off, couldn't feel your fingers. Literally, no one would come round if they did anything you wanted. They wanted to get it for 20 pence. And then other times you'd go and you'd sell absolutely loads and you'd make a killing.
Yeah.
But you have to turn up to be able to even attempt to get the custom. So if you ain't doing your social media, setting it out as a stall, you ain't going to gain any traction. So you've got to at least set your stall out.
You do. It's mad the amount of people that don't. It's a chicken and the egg thing with that, though. It's like, I'm sure you have it all the time in messages with you. I mean, I know you will because I do. And we'll go, is it any good? I see you do it, but does it really work? Or does it? And I get that. And I'm always like, yeah, it works, but you got to do it for like a year for it to work. Oh, but then for a whole year, you're never going to know. For a whole year. Yeah, that's right. Like, and you got to do it. And here's the catch. You can't just do it shit. You got to do it well. Like, because you could do it shit for a year and it ain't going to do nothing. Like,
what was the thing that you order top you had? Try and try well or do not try at all. What is it?
Do or do not. There is no try.
Oh. Yeah.
That's what it is. Do or do not. There is no try. That's the topic, which is in the wash at the moment.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
And that's what it is. Yeah. Like that's exactly right. And you do have to kind of, if I'm going to do it, you're going to commit to it and you're going to go. And then that's where you talk about your awards. That's when you start getting awards because you start getting recognized. You start getting recognized.
I was Ash, quite disappointed that you weren't recognized.
Me?
Yeah.
For what?
How dare they give me a social media award?
I am so used to it by this point.
Saying one of the things they said on it was from TikToks to like LinkedIn Live episodes.
Yeah.
And you never got a mention.
No one even mentioned. No.
A little assistant in the car.
No one. Do you know what's very funny with all of this stuff? It's like I was chatting with someone about this recently. It's actually Matt Chapman, and we were chatting about this in one of our coaching sessions. And he said, we're going through stuff, and he went, "So you've worked with that person?" and that person, and I was like, yep, and all these really like, and like, you. And he was like, do you know, Ash, I don't think anybody knows that you work with them. And I was like, yes, I know. I said, I know. I said, I have been in meetings both on Zoom and in person, in depending on different like kind of like events, where people have been telling me about how great someone they've seen on social media. You were an example. My old company that I used to work for was telling me that they wanted, my old boss, they want their social media to be like this woman who's absolutely crushing it from up north. And it was you. And it was you. And do you know what it was? Remember Shirley? So Shirley was like, you know, that's Ash's client. And she was like, they were like, what? Like you used to work with it? Yes. I don't get, but then I will be, because I'm not very good, because I did recently get nominated. I got nominated for some awards. I won't say the name of the awards, but I got nominated for some awards. And to be honest, like I just sent them the email back because I was really into it. And then I went to London and I was like, I can't be arsed with this. Like I can't be arsed with the whole pomp and pageantry of it. I don't like it all. And as being a channel, I don't really want to be out in the public a lot at the moment with some health things. So I was like, I just sent them back and I was like, thanks for the nominations. I was nominated for like 4 different categories. And I was like, thanks, but like just remove me from it. And they were like,
you should have still got them. There's plenty of people who don't got the awards and still win.
No, you do, because you're now established. But like in those at the beginning, a lot of the times, you know, like a lot of the times those awards are bought. They're not bought, but they're like, you know, I was like, nah, I'm good. Yours aren't bought. That's what I'm saying. Yours aren't bought because you're established.
All right,
but
Ash, all right, you didn't get mentioned. There's no need to piss on my award.
Yours is established. People know who you are. You're like, but like if you don't know with me, you know, they don't. No, they do, but it's fine. But then weirdly, like I also have things. I had one like this. I'm sure you have this. I had a new client sign up last week, and he was like, he got on the call and he was like, telling me all these things. And he went, I've been following you for like 2 years. You said this, and I was literally looking, and I said to him, I was like, I have no idea who you are. You've not once ever liked, commented, shared it, sent me a DM. I've never heard of you, but you're watching, and it's weird. You probably have it yourself. People are like in those awards, and they're like, "Well, you can go," but you know, if you did, you're that level now. You don't even go. You know what you are. You're that level, and I love this. You know, when you see somebody, you see some award ceremonies when they're like, "But they've sent us in a video message."
No, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I said to Emma though. Emma collected my award, and I said, do you know, if I'd have known I was going to win, if I'd have actually knew I was getting it, I'd have sent her a cutout, you know, to take on stage, like a life-size one, because that would have been very good crack, that.
But I always love it with those when they're like, but they can't be with us today, but there is a video. I mean, what that video message means is, I cannot be asked to do this, and I already know I've won.
Well, I didn't know I'd won, so I couldn't.
No,
so
I would see that. You would see that with like a Disney fan, George Lucas, the guy that wrote Star Wars, and he's always like, George can't be with us today. But he sent us a video. I'm like, yeah, because he's sitting on his yacht as a billionaire going, what have you done? I'll do a video on my phone for 5 minutes and then send it off and cash my checks in.
Oh, well, I'm not there yet. I'm not in my yacht yet. I'm in my garage.
Well, so am I. I mean, I'm in a shed. So we're, you know, you've been demoted. Oh, you're right. So what's your parting words on this? Follow your dreams.
No, just
do or do not.
Do or do not. Try or try harder.
There is no try.
Whatever it is, but
try harder.
Just make sure your stall's set out, because if you ain't got a stall, no one's buying out. You have to have your stall set out, and the stall. End of the day now, especially in this industry, your stall's your social media. And if you ain't got any form of social media and you aren't putting any items out for sale, no one's going to buy. Yeah. So just get your stall sorted. Well, on that point, because I'm sorry, because it made me laugh. I remember this where, and it's for people who listen to this, and because I got a message from somebody about you. They didn't know. They won't send you, but it's like you're literally the only person it can be. And it was somebody that I used to know, and they sent me a message and they were voice notes, and they were going, I understand how certain people in the industry can win stuff, and I'm just as good, and blah blah blah. And the one thing, as you just said then, is if you don't tell people, how are you going to know? Yeah. And so that was my thing to this person. I was like, if you are so good as you think you are, why are you not telling everybody about it? Because the difference with, and I didn't say your name but I knew the difference with the person you're saying, I said, is that they've made it public from day one how good they are. Set the stall out. It's bang on. So don't bitch and moan about it if you haven't done anything about it. Go get your ass to the boot sale and stand out in the cold for a couple of years first.